Well, for more thoughts on the ongoing chaos in Syria, let's cross live now to Michel Chossudovsky, the director of the Centre for Research on Globalization. Thank you very much for coming onto the programme this evening. We're hearing there of the outrageous atrocities and cruelty that have happened in Adra, where 80 people have been killed. In your experience, is this taking the atrocities to a new level?
Well, we have to, I think, ask who is behind these atrocities. This is a new wave of killings. It is part of a humanitarian crisis. But we must understand that from the very outset of this conflict, the Western military alliance has covertly supported the terrorists with a view of destabilizing Syria as a nation state. There's ample evidence to that effect that the United States, NATO, Israel are behind the rebels, and that these rebels are trained in Saudi Arabia and Qatar, and then they come in and they commit atrocities. So that the issue is, what is the underlying, who are the underlying masters behind this humanitarian disaster? What are the geopolitical implications? What is the agenda?
All right, well, let's just talk about the agenda, because in terms of what's been reported in Adra, there's very little mainstream media coverage of this, although we're hearing a lot about the alleged government attack on Aleppo recently. Why do you think that is?
I can't address that issue. The issue I'd like to address is the fact that in recent weeks, there's been an important shift in the relationship between the United States government on the one hand and what is now being presented as the new Islamic front. And we see now that the United States is in fact negotiating and establishing a dialogue with the leaders of these terrorist organizations. And there's also the possibility that the aid to al-Nusra, to the jihadist groups involved in these atrocities, will be channeled not through the Syrian Free Army, which is in disarray following the ransack of its headquarters, and the fact that General Idris has in fact resigned or is no longer in command.
And I can understand your concern there, but surely negotiating is the way forward, isn't it?
Well, you don't negotiate with terrorists. You don't negotiate with terrorists, but I should say that in this particular case, the people who are dialoguing with the terrorists, they have blood on their hands, because they have facilitated the training of these mercenaries in Saudi Arabia and Qatar. They have provided funding. They have not provided a significant level of funding to the so-called moderate opposition forces or opposition brigades. And those moderate opposition brigades, in fact, is a myth. Most of the military and logistical financial aid has been channeled to these Al-Qaeda affiliated organizations. And that's what we have to address. There can be no peace as long as the Western military alliance supports the terrorists.
OK, we've run out of time there, Michael, but thank you very much for giving your opinion here on RT this evening. That's Michel Chossudovsky, the director of the Centre for Research and Globalization. Thank you.
Thank you very much.